So this weekend, I was quite fortunate enough to drive the brand new Omoda C5 GT 2024. So yeah, this has only been on South African roads for like just under a month. So one thing about driving in Cape Town is the weather. As we're driving there, it suddenly just got cloudy, extremely cloudy and quite cold. Just as we entered into town, there it goes. The weather literally just changed. So on our way to Cape Town City, Cherry, the drive was very smooth. We so happened to be driving behind this beautiful looking BMW SUV. I think it's an XI if I'm not mistaken, and from the looks I would like to believe it's probably an electric. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I just thought this car really looked quite nice. So when we got to Cherry, there were already a couple of cars outside. So on this specific day, they had a test drive day for most of the newer Cherry models, and the Omoda GT happened to be one of them. So on the floor, they had one plain Omoda GT version, the white one. Although this video, of course, will not be a detailed review. I'm sure there are many guys that are going to look at this car and review it in detail. No, for starters, I'm not a car reviewer per se. I'm literally just a normal guy who likes cars. So there is a very huge chance I might possibly even mislead you. Nonetheless, I'm only going to be sharing my experiences. So if I'm to buy a car, the most important thing is how does the car look, both on the inside and on the outside. How comfortable is it? And that will be pretty much about it. And then of course, you think stuff like reliability, long-term maintenance, and the cost, etc. But I might not have the figures for you, as in X amount kilowatts of torque, this much power, and but as you can see from this specific angle, the interior on the Omoda GT is pretty much exactly the same as the other variants of the Omoda. The main difference that I noticed, however, was the high gloss touch both on the steering wheel and also just below the armrest, and it's got the higher end features, like this 360 view camera, which also does have an aerial view. So that's something that's I really think it's quite neat. And the biggest difference in the Omoda GT and the other variants of the Omoda C5 is the guys told me comes with a newer gearbox, which is different from the others. I think we've got a CVT gearbox on the other variants, and then this comes with I think they call it the dual clutch transmission. It's a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. I hope my wording is correct there, but yeah, that's one thing they did point out, indeed, that it does come with a different gearbox. The other also thing is this comes with a slightly bigger engine compared to the earlier variants of the Omoda. This is a 1.6 liter turbo engine, and then the older variants, they're coming with a 1.5 turbo petrol engines. Both of them are petrol engines. From my experience driving this GT and having driven the older C5, what I noticed is the throttle is actually fairly responsive. When you press it down, the accelerator, it really does give the car power, and it feels quite responsive compared to the older variants where you should press it in normal eco mode, right? The car kind of revs quite a lot, although it's not moving as fast. So in this GT, while driving in like normal mode, you'd have the similar feel you would almost in the C5 Tech or C5 Lux when you're driving in sport. So yeah, they kind of did fine-tune the engine on this specific car. In terms of ride quality, comfort, this is quite a comfortable car. It really is, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of city driving. It's a very nice car, very comfortable car, and the seats, they do come with what is it called, electronic, or they're electric seats. You can be able to adjust them back and forth, up and down electronically. So yeah, that's also a very nice and smooth feature that this car comes with. And it also includes the stop start. So if you're driving in traffic, once you get to where there's quite a bit of traffic and then the car comes to a full stop, right, it's going to cut down power to the engine, and by the time the robots do turn on and you want to go, you just press the accelerator and then the car starts, which is something that also lacks in the previous model. And for this one specifically, it is going for just under 600k. We're looking at about 590,000 for this. But yes, that's the Omoda C5 GT. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this.